Hey everyone, Kevin Harris here with Grayson Subaru, and today I'm going to show you some of the core features on the 2019 Subaru Outback. Specifically, I was going to go over the EyeSight, adaptive cruise control, and X mode down here. Pretty good things to know about. So with the EyeSight, of course, that's going to be these two cameras that you see at the top of the car. That's going to be your forward collision braking, lane departure warnings, lead vehicle acquisitions. Everything that's going on in front of the car is going to be detected by these two cameras. So with that, of course, you have your adaptive cruise control system here. I get a lot of questions asking how this works, so I was just going to kind of clear some of that up. So first thing you want to do whenever you want to use this is push this top button at the right. This will turn on the adaptive cruise control system. So we're just going to push that, and what you should see is a picture of a car on that central screen. So that car that you see is you, and then you see there's a few lines in front of it. Those lines are representing the amount of space between you and whatever car is in front of you. So you can control that space by using these two buttons that you see right here. You can push this up arrow, that will increase the amount of space all the way out to 4 lines in front of our car. Or if we want to reduce the amount of space and get a little bit closer to that traffic, you would push this down arrow. And each time you push it, you'll see I'll push it a couple times, and now it's reduced our bars to 2. We could even take it down to 1. That'll give us the minimum distance. Lets you get really close to that car in front of you, and it'll still keep a safe distance. You don't really have to worry about hitting them, but some people just don't feel comfortable getting that close. So usually I'd recommend to just maybe bump it up to 2 or even 3 if you want to have a little bit more caution. And then once you set your distance, you'll see there's a lever right here. You can use this to set your speed. So you just push down on it once, and that'll kind of lock in your speed. Once you're traveling 60 miles an hour, however fast you're going, and you're ready to just cruise, then push that lever and the car will really take care of the speed by itself. If the traffic in front of you slows down, then your car is going to slow down, or if they speed up, then your car will also speed back up. Another thing you have down here, you'll see there is a lane centering option. It's just right here. And this doesn't really drive the car for you down the road. It's just more to help you out if you do start to maybe go too far to the left or the right out of your lane. This will kind of help pull you back into the center of the lane. So to know if this is on, you can kind of look at this middle screen right here, and you see that car kind of at the top right of our screen. It has the 2 lines on it, just right there. If you see that, it means the lane centering is on. But of course, if we push this button, you'll see that that car disappears, and then you just push it again to turn that feature back on. So that's really all there is to the adaptive part of it. Some people prefer conventional cruise control, where you just set your speed and you don't have to worry about your car slowing down. If that's the case, you can do that by pushing and holding this distance button at the top right here. Just hold it for a few seconds, and now you'll see all of those lines went away, the car disappeared, but it's still ready for you to set your speed. So you can just kind of push down on that lever, and it'll just keep you going at that constant speed. To bring back the adaptive system, you just push that distance button again, and once you see that car reappear, then you'll know you're back in adaptive. Another question I get sometimes, and you might have noticed, anytime you bump up on this, usually it increases your speed by about 5 miles per hour, or you can bump down to decrease your speed by 5 miles per hour. Let's say you wanted to just do it by 1 mile per hour at a time, then you can just push and hold this, and as you hold it, you'll see that speed down there at the bottom of the car is going to go up by 1 mile per hour at a time. So right there where you see dash mph, that'll let you know how fast you're going. And you can just kind of hold it until you get to the speed that you like, then let go, and it should keep you there. So that's all there is to the adaptive cruise control. To turn it back off, you can either hit the brakes, that will temporarily cancel it, or you can just push this button at the top again, and that will disable the entire system. Now, another thing I was going to go over was this X mode down here. And kind of what this is a low gear 4-wheel drive mode. So kind of orchestrates the differential and active torque vectoring, all the things that are kind of telling your tires or your wheels how much they need to spin. If you were to lose traction for any reason, that's when you would want to use this X mode. This is something that you could use in the snow or the mud, any type of situation where you just need a little bit more control out of your car. Then you can just push this, and whenever you do that, depending on the car you're driving, on the Outback here, you'll see there's a little green icon that shows up behind the steering wheel. On the Foresters, the 2019 Foresters, they usually have a screen up here at the top that will let you know what mode or what type of X mode that you're in. But in this case, we just have a singular button, so we just push it to turn it on. This will only work when you're going under 20 miles an hour. Once you go faster than that, then it just turns itself back off again, so you don't really have to worry about pushing it twice. But another good thing that this does is it actually controls the speed of the car for you if you're ever going down a hill. So if you were maybe up in the mountains somewhere and you just didn't feel comfortable applying the brakes by yourself, then the car will actually do it for you. So all you have to do is steer and it will get you down the hill. So definitely a good thing to have, and of course, depending on where you're living, this isn't something that you'll have to use every day, but it will just make things a little bit easier if you run into you know, muddy terrain or snow or anything like that. So I'll just push that again to turn it off there, and hopefully that will clear up kind of some of the adaptive cruise control features in X mode. And definitely subscribe and check out, I have an Instagram account. It's at Subaru Geek. That's where I post some updates on my current car that I'm working on, and I'll also be uploading some more videos to this channel. So definitely subscribe if you want to learn a little bit more about the Subaru. But yeah, thank you all so much, and have a good day.